saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Get out of my head!
It's cool to know other people think about this stuff too.
This is...
Hey! If you don't stop, I will contact the usher.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI Thor Love and Thunder pitch meeting. I've been looking forward to this one here. I always do a bit of a review of the new Marvel movies at the end of my pitch meeting reactions. I know it's just a bit of a habit I've got into, so stick around because I got a lot of thoughts about this movie. I went and saw it on opening night and I enjoyed it quite a lot. There's been a lot of differing opinions about this movie though, so let's have a look at the pitch meeting. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments as well. Let's check out Thor Love and Thunder pitch meeting from Ryan George.
So, you have a new Thor movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. And let me tell you, he's dumber than ever. Oh, okay. Yeah, just real. He's not smart at all, this guy. All right, well, I can't wait to see him team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, we kind of ended Endgame with them taking off onto adventure.
Yeah, we kind of rushed through that Guardians of the Galaxy part there. But what's he mean by Thor's dumb in this one? Alright, I'm prepared to have my heart completely broken. Let's go.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you, sir, the Guardians of the Galaxy are gonna be in this. Oh boy. Just ever so briefly. What? So we're gonna meet this guy Gore, right? And all his people have died, and his daughter too, even though he's been praying to their god. Okay. And then he meets his god, who it turns out is a big old jerk, and then he gets chosen by the Necro Sword and kills the god. Oh wow. Yeah, so now Gore has become the God Butcher, and he's just gonna go on a rampage. He wants all gods to die. Why? Well, he thinks they're all selfish and they only care about themselves.
2 words. Fuck yeah.
Dang, well, it's gonna be crazy to see him going around butchering gods. Oh yeah, except no, that is gonna be happening off screen. But he's the God Butcher. Yeah, so he's off doing that. We're not gonna see that. I would like to see it. No. Ah, dang it. Anyway, so then we're gonna meet up with Jane Foster. And what's going
Yeah, that's a valid criticism. I wouldn't have mind seeing a bit of Gore's killing spree.
on with her? Well, she has stage 4 terminal cancer. Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, but don't worry, sir. Everything's still gonna be hilarious all the time. That wasn't my concern. Still plenty of jokes per minute, sir. Don't even worry about it. Right, okay, maybe there shouldn't be in some parts. We're gonna be cruising at a furious JPM. All right. You know those screaming goat videos from the internet from like 10 years ago? Yeah. Yeah, we're bringing that in. A bunch of screaming goats the whole time. All right, I mean, that was really funny 10 years ago. I guess it might still be funny now. Well, I hope you do like it, sir, because if it doesn't land the first time, it's certainly not gonna land.
It is still funny now. I fucking laughed every single time those goats made a noise.
The next 7. Wow, well geez. So anyway, Thor finds out from Sif that Gore is butchering all these gods in amazing ways that I'm never gonna show you, and he's on his way to New Asgard next. Oh no. Yeah, New Asgard has become like super touristy, like they have an ice cream shop called the Infinity Cones. It has like an Infinity Gauntlet theme. That kind of seems like it's in poor taste. No, it tastes fantastic. I mean, it's ice cream. No, I mean,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing about that. I was like, oh, that's a bit on the nose.
The Infinity Gauntlet was used in like a worldwide tragedy that's kind of messed up for a theme. Yeah, nothing a little ice cream can't solve. That's a good point. Yeah, okay. So Thor shows up to New Asgard and he sees that Jane is now also a Thor. What do you mean? Well, turns out back when they were dating, Thor had asked Mjolnir to protect Jane, so that's what he's doing here. Wow, well, it's gonna be cool to see her transform for the first time. Yeah, except no, that's off screen. That's off screen too. Okay, all right, dang it. So anyway, now she has this super cool Thor outfit, because that's what happens to you when you wield Mjolnir. That didn't happen.
You know, I wonder how this movie was affected by COVID, because we didn't get trailers for this until only a very brief period until before the movie was about to come out. So it makes me wonder, like, if this had to go through like a massive overhaul in terms of what they were going to spend time on in this movie.
The Captain America, when he had it, hey, shut up, and so then Gore steals all these children and runs away. Oh, super rude. And so his plan is to lure Thor, because he just knows he's going to come to the rescue of these kids. He believes that all gods are selfish and only care about themselves, so his plan is to capture people that they care about, because they would definitely come help them. Yes. Well, okay then. So Thor goes to the city where a bunch of gods live, including Zeus, and he tries to get them to help, but they're all scared of Gore. Oh man, all these gods in one place? That's the perfect setup for a Gore the Butcher attack scene. Oh, you know it, sir. Anyway, so then they impale Zeus with his own thunderbolt
hiding.
and steal it and run away. Oh, impaling people and stealing their belongings is tight. Oh my god. That won't hold up in court, by the way. That wasn't an official admission of guilt or confession. Alright, so then they go fight Gore and he steals Stormbreaker. Why? Well, it turns out that Stormbreaker is the key to the realm of eternity, where eternity will grant one person one wish. Oh, what's up? It just seems like maybe it would have been easier for Thanos to just go there instead of trying to gather all the Infinity Stones. Yeah. Or for the Avengers to go there for that matter instead of inventing time travel. Yeah, well see, the thing is, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my...
Alright, the Avengers one, I agree, but Stormbreaker didn't exist when Thanos did the snap. Wait, yes, he'd only just got Stormbreaker, so Thanos already pretty much had all the rings before Stormbreaker ever existed. Right, George.
Back about previous...
Don't say bad things about my Thor Love and Thunder.
Marvel movies. Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you very much. So does Thor just summon Stormbreaker back? That's a thing he can do, right? Yeah, no, I guess it's not within his summoning range. He needs to change service provider. And then they find out that Mjolnir is actually draining Jane's life force, so if she uses it again, she'll die. I thought Mjolnir was protecting her, now it's killing her? Yes, dang it, Mjolnir, what the heck? So Thor is like, all right, well, Jane, you can't...
I understand what's going on there.
Come fight with me, and also Valkyrie got stabbed, and Korg is just a face, he lost his body. Man, well, it's gonna be hard for Thor to fight Gore on his own. Actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, cause see, he's not gonna be alone, actually.
Get
what
the
do you
kids.
mean? Well, he
Where
lends his
are
Thor
they?
powers to all the kids, which is a thing he can do now, so they all fight Gore and his monsters. Oh, wow. Yeah, and so then our hero, you know, the guy with the army of child soldiers, attacks the bad guy, who's, you know, the guy who thinks gods should be nicer to people. That's, I don't, maybe don't phrase it that way. Right, okay, the good guy fights the bad guy. Yeah, definitely keep it vague, that sounds better. Anyway, then Jane shows up to help too. But she'll die. She does, yeah, but then Gore is so moved by their love, when he makes his wish, he doesn't wish for all gods to die. What does he wish for? He wishes for his daughter to come back to life, but then he dies, so Thor kinda has a daughter now. Very cute. And Korg has his body back and he falls in love. How did he get his body back? I don't know, and so that's about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, but do you think maybe we're going a little too hard on the Marvel humor? Sir, it's impossible to lean too hard on the Marvel humor. Trust me.
Worst Rotten Tomatoes scores. I don't think that's warranted. I don't think that's valid. I think it was still a very fun movie. I mean, half of this shit takes place in other parts of the galaxy and stuff, which, you know, I'm down with that kind of universe building. The negative realm, or whatever it was, the dark realm that Gore leads everybody to go to. I enjoyed that whole fight scene. It was certainly a different movie, but the worst one? I can't say that. That's a little bit too much. But, I mean, Thor Dark World and the Eternals are still out there. Let's just be honest. But on my first watch at the movie theater, I had a great time. I found it really entertaining. I really liked Gore's backstory and how they told his story throughout the movie. He was certainly a highlight. Christian Bale was fantastic in that one. And, I mean, Korg was awesome the whole way through. Like, learning so much about that character, how they reproduce, what happens if you smash his body and it just shatters into rocks. It's certainly a kooky pocket to the MCU, and I really don't think you can go and do a Thor movie that's going to be overly serious now. I think you have to lean into the absurd with the space Viking aesthetic that Thor had in the comics if you want to try and still keep some semblance of, you know, what the comics had to offer without just leaning on what's already been told or whatever like that. So it's a batshit crazy story. The goats were fantastic. The MVP was certainly Stormbreaker with the jealous tendencies while Thor is trying to get Mjolnir to acknowledge him again. That was fantastic. With Jane Foster, I understood it perfectly fine that when she had Mjolnir, it was giving her strength while she was wielding it at the time, but that wasn't allowing her, like, Earth body the, I guess, the attention it needs to fend off the cancer, and it was kind of aggravating the cancer. So I enjoyed the whole scene in, was that big giant city with all the gods in it, especially Russell Crowe as Zeus. He sounded like, there was this comedian in Australia in the 90s called Nick Giannopoulos, who was very, very Greek and very Aussie at the same time. And all I could hear in Russell Crowe's voice was this Nick Giannopoulos Wog Boy character that he made back in the 90s, and it was just hilarious to hear that kind of accent pop up in a fucking Marvel movie, especially with Rusty Crowe at the bloody at the helm of it. So I enjoyed that scene specifically for Russell Crowe. Again, the world building that went on in this movie I think is important to the MCU, and you want to have movies that are different. Now, it is true that they can overcorrect, and the Infinity Cones ice cream store, that's great for a gimmick, but that kind of is very... I feel like that would be considered extremely fucking insensitive to do, given the fact that the blip happened and all the, you know, heartache and trauma that the MCU has already set up that everybody's going through. It feels a little bit insensitive to have something like that just in a public tourist family kind of spot. So that, I think for the sake of the joke, it wasn't really worth it. And I also think that the scene with the actors playing out the Thor and Loki saga, it was great to see another callback to that. I loved what they did. When Melissa McCarthy came out as Hela, though, that's where it kind of... Because if you think back to Ragnarok, a lot of people didn't even notice that it was Matt Damon, Sam Neill, and, you know, Brother Hemsworth in the performance. Like, some people did, some people didn't. Some people saw the names in the credits and were like, holy shit, that was those guys? Like, it was kind of a fun little Easter egg because it was sort of under the surface in a way. Melissa McCarthy coming out and then her husband is there as well, that felt a little bit distracting. I don't think... I'm happy that they had somebody playing the role of Hela, but Melissa McCarthy just did not fit that role. And it's nothing to do with like her body shape or anything like that. She's just a very overly obvious personality, I guess. There was a few times where the humor did get a little bit much, but I do not include Stormbreaker in that. I do not include the goats in that. I do not include Korg in that. There was still a lot of great humor throughout this movie, and the ending is very interesting as well, with Thor, I guess, having a child now, and I'm pretty sure they said that is Chris Hemsworth's daughter. So I don't know how that's going to play in, because she's apparently like the embodiment of eternity now, and she is the Marvel character called Love. So that character is going to be significant moving forward. I wonder if we're going to catch up with that character when she's grown up a little bit more and they recast her, or if they're just going to stick with Chris Hemsworth's daughter to play that role, which hopefully she's a good actress then, because it's a pretty important role to have in the Thor franchise. But, you know, being Thor's daughter. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Did you enjoy Love and Thunder? Did it piss you off? Did you think it was, you know, the worst rated Marvel movie of all time? Curious to hear what you have to say. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.